What's up there, Workforce? Chris here with Work2Game, and I just finished the Final Fantasy VII Remake. It looks like roughly what was available on the floor to people. I guess that was like last year, last E3? And my goodness, this game is stunning. Of course, there are people like SkillUp out there who have gotten access to like a 3-hour version of the demo that they've gotten to play, and so their embargo is up today and they've gotten to release. They've got 4K B-roll and all that. But for those of you that were not at that event, myself included, go out to PlayStation. Actually, when I searched Final Fantasy VII Remake, there was only the purchase, but when I went out to the shop and went to what's new, it was right there up front. It'll probably be what's hot for a little while, and the Final Fantasy demo is available. It's going to give you access to, I think, some free stuff in game or anything, but the most important thing is it's going to give you access to the gameplay. You're going to be able to play through the first level. I'm about to start showing game footage here, so I am letting you know if you are looking for an unspoiled experience. I'm just telling you where the demo is. Go out there, give it a shot, get hyped about this game, and the general rule is the demo was awesome. I'm not somebody who usually gets to make time for a lot of single player games because the overlap between time I want to spend with friends and family that do play games and the time that I have to play games, unfortunately, those two amounts of time have to share, and so I get stuck in multiplayer games a lot. And I say stuck because it means that I miss things like Final Fantasy VII, like God of War, games that really can define gaming, and I really am looking forward to getting some time with this one here in just like, what are them, a month and a half? So that's your warning. Spoiler warning. I am going to show gameplay. I'm not going to hide anything from the demo. I'm going to show any footage I see fit. Let's dive in and let's take a look. Now, the demo took me right around an hour by the time you kind of read the things and you enjoy yourself. I played it on normal. There's 3 difficulties, and normal is, I guess, the highest that they offer at this time. And then it looks like there's kind of the classic version and the easy version. The classic version is going to give you more breaks. The easy version is just meant to make it easy enough you can enjoy the story, but they're effectively the same difficulty. And then there's normal. With that in mind, the first thing I had to do was quit Final Fantasy XIV for a minute, and 5.2 is so good, and jump into Final Fantasy VII, jump into this remake, pick the normal difficulty, and enjoy stunning cutscenes. The lighting design here, the sound design, this is incredible. And honestly, like, if they made this game just into a movie as it sits, they could with this exact set of renders and all of that. It feels like I'm enjoying a movie that happens to have gameplay. The combat pacing feels really good. When Final Fantasy XV dropped, people kind of complained that the combat system felt a little bit clunky. This feels really natural. The first few encounters, you're like, okay, what does what? What are my abilities now? Maybe it's been a while since you've played an action system like this one. It does a great job of holding your hand as if you've never done one before, and then next thing you know, you're like, oh, okay, so I'm just going to push this. When my little meter lights up, I'm going to go nuts. It's awesome, and right when you get the hang of using Cloud, they're going to add in Barret, and you're going to be able to control 2. You're going to be able to toggle between the 2, because having a ranged and having a melee gives you some unique opportunities to respond to, of course, the very enemies that they feed you, to make sure that you know, hey, this is when you do this, and this is when you would maybe want a different attack available. From there, I would say that, you know, they give you plenty of items, especially if you're looking around for chests and breaking boxes like they encourage you to do. So on normal difficulty, I did have to use a fair bit of potions and stuff, but not anywhere close to the number they gave me. So just go nuts. It's just a demo. None of your progress transfers forward. Use all the items. Blast through it. Have a great time with this demo. The things that I think were most exciting was the voice acting was good. The sound was good. The combat was amazing. It felt so natural. All I could think is, like, how do I get something that I can play with friends with this? Because that's what I tend to make more time for. And the world is stunning. The way it's lit, the way the camera moves around it, every little detail. This is a beautiful game. This is an absolutely stunning game. So I cannot wait for this to come out, and any delays they need to bring this to bear is totally reasonable. Once you get your hands on this demo, like, if they end up delaying final release again, which there's no hints that they will, but if they did, do whatever you need. What I want is 50 to 60 hours like this. And to people that are saying, hey, you know, they're just trying to milk money out of nostalgia or out of remake dollars or anything like that, they could have done a lot worse. Like, for the number of remake, reforged, redone, classic, relaunched experiences that we've had in the last 2 years, especially from companies that have owned a substantial portion of the IP that makes up our childhood, I would put this near the top of the list on value for your money as opposed to just exploitive. This is legitimately awesome, and when you remember an old game from your childhood, you remember it as you were there. And so when you were there, visually it was stunning for the time, and visually it triggered your imagination and all this, so you had these fond memories. But if you've ever gone back and played a Nintendo 64 game or a PlayStation 1 game or anything like that, visually they don't hold up. They just don't look as good as you remembered. The systems don't always hold up as well as they do. I remember horse racing in Ocarina of Time being more fun than when I went back and played it a few years ago. I remember doing it for hours, and this is a great representation of like bringing it forward. When you remake a game, you have to choose, like, do we want to remake it exactly, which is like World of Warcraft Classic, and it's having immense success because it stuck to that principle, or do I want to remake it as the devs of that time would have had they had all of the tools and knowledge that we have today. And that's what this is. And I think those are the two extremes here, and it's the two best examples of how you can remake a game. Everything else sits somewhere in between. This is absolutely the single best example of remaking a game where you're going to go in and you're going to say, what is the original intent, and how do I bring modern everything and update it, but it still feels like a Final Fantasy game of that time. Like, it feels so good. It feels so natural. It's 100% what Final Fantasy games have been. It's 100% something that has made this a franchise series that is so beloved and has earned every bit of it. I wish that I could have played more than one boss. It'd be interesting to see kind of how maybe different mechanics come in, how different characters transfer in. It'd be interesting to see more about like what the leveling system is like, and just get more into the deeper mechanics of the game. You kind of got to go in and you were handed mid-level characters to do mid-level content, probably low-level characters to do low-level content, to be honest. And you just go through it, and they give you everything you need, and it drops enough potions, and there isn't anything else. And so when I hear things like the game doesn't seem to have random encounters, okay, well, am I always going to have enough resources, or am I going to be short on things? Is there a way to go out and, like, how hard is it scaled? How long does it really take to beat? People are saying 60 hours for what is going to be there on launch. Is that really 60 hours? And is it 60 hours of what I just played? Because if so, it's worth every penny. If not, I have questions. All this does is make me more excited. This is a complete hype generator. The fact that they put this out just a little over a month out from launch, great timing. And I am absolutely stoked to play this game. So that's about all I have to say. That's about as much as I could stretch out what I wanted to say to just show some gameplay. And honestly, guys, just enjoy this. Just go out there, download the demo, get your hands on this. This system feels amazing. And if other combat systems could learn from this, or even carbon copy it and then lay their own unique upgrade and character building and story and world building on top of it, the combat system as it is, I could enjoy for hours on end. Doesn't have to be improved in any way, doesn't have to be iterated on, just as I just played it, just more of that. Thank you, Square, for an incredible demo experience. I cannot wait to play your game, and thank you guys for watching. My name is Chris with Work2Game. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time.
Gotta heal up. barrier? Never seen this defense system before.
Thought you were the expert.
So what's your brilliant plan, genius? Bingo! Focus on that cord!
Oh, now he remembers. Don't keep me waiting in suspense next time. It's my time to shine.
Or go down in flames.
If we don't change it up soon, this thing's gonna kill us both.
Less talking, more shooting.
How about less lip from you? Ooh, gotta love it. Back to the lip. Bring it home.
Taking over. Heal up and regroup. Keep it together.
Well, damn.
Time to get serious. Steady.
Damn it! This thing is tough!
It wouldn't be much of a weapon if it went